Hey guys, what's up? I am Player 2, and today I'm going to be reviewing Assassin's Creed Syndicate for P1 and P2 gaming. Now, I'm not speaking for Player 1, of course, but it's a fun game. And I'd like to let you know that I haven't been given this game, so I am not subject to the bias of not being the consumer. I did pay $60 for this game, like every other consumer would if they were buying the game new. So I am reviewing this game from the perspective of someone who spent $60 on this game. I'm going to be reviewing this game based on likes and dislikes because I find that format to be much easier than covering a bunch of subsections like graphics and games and etc. Moving on, let's start with dislikes first, since there aren't that many, but it mostly has to deal with the performance of the game. Like, for example, there are a ton of bugs in the game, and some of them are game-breaking, and some of them cause crashes, which is very unfortunate, and some are just goofy and weird, and I'll kind of explain that. A goofy and weird bug is like you're trying to zipline, but the zipline fails, and all of a sudden you fall really fast down to the earth, but you only take minor damage. Another one, not a goof. That's the only goofy bug I really ran into, really. Besides NPCs flying around, that's another goofy bug. Another game-breaking bug is during bounty hunt missions, if you don't knock them out right away, sometimes they'll be in the surrender mode where they'll put their hands up and be like, oh shit. And sometimes they'll get stuck in that animation and you can't kidnap them anymore, which is kind of annoying, even if you tackle them or try to fix it. So that's pretty annoying. You have to run away, restart the mission or whatever. Let me tell you how to get around that bug real quick because it helped me a lot. Just knock them out as soon as you get the chance to interact with them. Knock them out. Just hold circle, knock them out. It's usually the best solution because they can't get back up and they're basically a body at that point. Another game-breaking bug is sometimes the game will crash for no apparent reason. There won't be like a bunch of stuff going on the screen. The game will just crash. So that's a little obnoxious. Also, another dislike I have that isn't a bug is that early game kind of sucks in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. God, I should have brought in the water. Give me a second. Yeah, so early game stealth is fucking pointless. It barely works. If you're not behind a fucking wall, you're going to get seen, is basically what the rule is. Enemies will turn around randomly when you're trying to sneak up on them, and it won't because you made noise. You'll be in stealth mode. You'll be sneaking. And they'll just fucking turn around for no apparent reason. It's frustrating as fuck. It's like, oh, I'm gonna sneak, and they turn around like immediately, even though they were still for the first 10 minutes you spotted them. It's fucking bullshit. I hate early game stealth. Another kind of dislike is the gadgets are overpowered, but I don't really think that's a big dislike because they're necessary in some points of the game. Like sometimes they want you to. Oh, that's a dislike I fucking have with the game. They give you objectives that aren't designed for that character. For example, they'll have stealth objectives for Jacob, and Jacob's basically an assault character. So it's like, what the fuck? It's like, why do you have me doing stealth shit? Why is this a fucking, objective is to not be seen? It's like, I'm fucking Jacob. I can only get 2 things of stealth. So that's frustrating. Oh, another dislike is in the story of the game, Jacob and Evie, who are the 2 protagonists of the game. Evie's a female and Jacob is a male, and you have 2 protagonists this time, which is a new thing in Assassin's Creed. They bicker at each other in some cutscenes where there could be story. And it's a weird, thing to bring up because, in the beginning of the story, they sound like they're on each other's side. They're like, let's go to London, let's kick ass, let's get Starrick out of power. And you're like, yeah, they seem really goofy and they kind of have some fun punditry. They have some British humor to them. But then all of a sudden, they just start napping at each other. Like, Jacob, why do you want to kill all the Templars? Why don't you want to go pursue the piece of Eden? It's like, you guys are helping each other. Why don't you agree with what each other's doing? You're covering both grounds. One person's looking for the piece of Eden. One person's killing Templars. Why do you bicker at each other for that? It's fucking obnoxious. Let's get over that. Move on. Oh wait, one thing I wanted to mention: the ending is kind of shit. It's really not conclusive, and it's like, oh. And it kind of teases you with more content. I'm sorry if anyone watched my playthrough and they're like, why didn't you do the Queen Victoria missions? It's because there's 4 and they're fucking superfluous and they feel like they're tacked on. Another dislike. I actually have to bring this up because I just figured this out. I pre-ordered the game, but I don't have internet at my house, so I couldn't download my missions. There are 12 fucking missions that you don't get to play. 12 missions is a lot in this game. 12 missions is a significant amount of content. It's behind a fucking pre-order paywall. That is bullshit. That is horse shit. Ubisoft should be fucking ashamed of themselves. Oh my gosh, it's obnoxious. I just figured this out today too. I was looking in my game case. I'm like, what the fuck is all this shit? Bunch of weird weapons and shit. They want you to pay them to like level up faster. Fucking microtransactions, man. That's definitely a detractor for me. I'm gonna move on to the likes now. Oh wait, one last dislike. Sometimes it dips below 30 frames. Just a little smidgen. Now moving on to dislikes. Or likes. Shit. I'm so unprofessional. One like I have about the game is obviously London is a fucking fantastic setting. It's a lovely setting. The world is beautiful. The lighting is beautiful. Character animations are sweet. You know, all that and that jazz. Another thing I like is that this is the best Assassin's Creed game yet. I love the assassin gameplay. I love the combat. And I love the dynamic of Evie being more stealth and Jacob being more combat focused. It does add variety to the game, and I think that they should take a step further and make them even more distinguished. Like, they're barely distinguished at all to like a certain portion in the game until you unlock their special abilities. They're like the same fucking character, which I think is stupid. So that's one like. I like the variety in the game. Another like is the overall value in the game. Even though I'm missing the 10 missions because of the fucking pre-order, there's still a good amount of content to keep you entertained. About maybe 20 hours of content, I'd say. I wish I paid more attention and figured out for sure, because I played the shit out of this game and I kind of speed ran it because I wanted to sell it in time for Fallout 4. So yeah, I'm professional, unrelated bullshit. I mentioned the combat's really good, didn't I? Yeah, I'm just gonna say it again just in case if I didn't. The combat is fluent, it's fun, the animations are fun as shit. You can counter with square, you can shoot with triangle, or use your item, like if you have smoke bomb, you'll throw a smoke bomb, etc., etc. Gadgets are useful and they're needed. But I feel like a lot of times you are mashing square, so if you're thinking for like a hack and slash, you know, Batman Arkham Knight fucking shit, you're not gonna really get it here. But it's still the best Assassin's Creed gameplay I think I've ever had in an Assassin's Creed game. Moving on. The stories, you know, their characters are believable. I guess that's cool. You can beat all the side. Oh, yeah, all that shit. It's all good. I don't know what I was about to say. Oh, I know what I was about to say. Oh, the side content in the game is actually fun because of the gameplay changes. You kind of approach a situation how you want and make your own decision. Like, do I want to sneak in with Evie or do I want to go in combat focus with Jacob and just beat the shit out of people? One fun thing I figured out how to do is when I upgraded my rooks, I took them into child liberation missions and I went non-stealth and I just beat the shit out of everyone. And because I had dudes surrounding the alarm bell, there was no chance in hell the enemies could have got to the alarm bell and made me fail the bonus. So there's that. The weapons are fun as shit. Handguns are kind of useful. Like, if you don't want to fucking fight, if you're just like, fuck, man, I don't want to fight this dude, just pull out your gun and shoot him. You're like, I just want to get on with this. Pull out and shoot him. I love how brutal the combat is. Just punching. It's fucking fun. It's satisfying. You can get your ass kicked if you're not careful in the beginning. But eventually you'll get medicine that's overpowered as shit, and you can just spam it. And it kind of detracts from the game a little bit. I think I've covered my likes. I like the Jacob and Evie shit. I like the graphics of the game. The story overall isn't bad, but it's not like fantastic. So I'm gonna move on to my verdict, even though I feel like I missed something. I don't know what the fuck I think I missed. I don't know if there's a multiplayer in the game. I'm gonna check real quick. Nope. The fun, addictive multiplayer is completely removed from Assassin's Creed Syndicate. That's kind of a bummer. Yeah, the progression system isn't anything to write home about. Eventually, you will get all the side objectives, so that's a neutral. Weapons are fun, iconic. Oh, I wanted to. Oh, here's what I forgot to mention. The parkour is better. I haven't played an Assassin's Creed since Black Flag, so I can't speak for Unity, but in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, the parkour system is very simplified, but it works a lot better. Basically, you hold R2 to traverse, most things and go forward. You hold X to go up things. So if you're holding X, your character will scale up whatever you happen to have in your wake. Or you hold R2 and circle to scale down. So I think the parkour is a lot better. Also, it's also fixed with a rope launcher. And basically all the buildings are in scale of what they would be in real life London, apparently. And it would be a pain in the ass to climb up everything. So people who talk shit about the rope launcher and how it's stole from Batman, it needs to be in here. If it wasn't, this game would be fucking repetitive as hell. In fact, parkour is optional, and sometimes you want to do it, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're like, fuck, I just want to get the mission. Press L2, scale building really fast. I'm not against it. Okay. The gangs are a little superfluous, I'll admit. Basically, you won't, need them for the most part. Like, if you upgrade your gang and never use them, it doesn't fucking matter. That's why I recommend you just go down the money tree and get all the money-related, upgrades first, so you become really rich early in the game. So, do the side content shit. It's really fun. I think that's all I have to say about the game. I'm sorry if I'm, spitting around a lot. It's because I tried to film this more than 8 times on my phone, and for some reason my phone won't let me do it. I was going to post it that way so you could see my beautiful face. But I guess I can't do that. I'm going to move on to my verdict. I'm going to give Assassin's Creed Syndicate a 4 out of 5. And I know that's high for me, but I couldn't give it a 5 out of my conscience. I wanted to give it a 5 so bad because I fucking love this game. And I'm sorry I sound irritated when I'm doing this game. But I wanted to give it a 5, but the fact that they have pre-order bullshit, microtransaction bullshit, there are bugs and glitches in the game that are kind of, bullshit, as I've said. I couldn't in good conscience, give this game a 5, and people would rage at me if I did. But I'm a bit of an Assassin's Creed fanboy, and this is the best assassination gameplay in the game series, period. I know a lot of people like Black Flag, but that not for the reason of being an assassin. So in my opinion, the best Assassin's Creed game is actually this one, and I would recommend it for an Assassin's Creed fan who likes the assassin gameplay. Again, if you want Black Flag, fuck off and play Assassin's Creed Rogue. That's another Black Flag game. Enjoy. I don't know why they haven't ported that to the new consoles yet. It's confusing. Anyways, I am Player 2. Let me know what you thought of Assassin's Creed Syndicate if you've played it, and I could recommend it to an AC fan easily because it's better than Unity. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.